I'm now speaking with Michelle Hill, candidate for 2nd District City Council. Michelle, the first thing I got to ask you is, well, I'll go back a couple nights ago here. I saw you in action at the Fort Wayne City Council meeting when you went there and tore into the councilman. What prompted that exchange?
Well, my main reason was because I felt that one of the reasons I got on the ballot was to help about the collective bargaining issue, and I wanted to let the people that were in the room, mostly city workers, know that I was there to support them, and that was one of my reasons for getting on the ballot, was to help them with the city council, help overturn that.
Now, have you always been that way in terms of when you see something wrong, you always jump up and have your voice heard?
No, usually I'm rather shy. I'm more used to being the, background supporter, but just the whole collective bargaining issue just really needs a voice, and I felt that if nobody else was going to be asked to be on the ballot for that situation, then I would stand up and stand for them.
Because some of the people who were sitting next to me were saying, who was that woman?
Okay, yeah.
But let me ask you, how did your appetite for politics first get wet? How did you get motivated to get involved in something like this?
Well, in 2012, I was a campaign manager for the Vote Gina Burgess campaign for the at-large, county council at large. So I got to learn a little bit more about local politics, and I didn't know about. And you can't unlearn something. So once you realize that there's some injustices going on, there's some just not. Government is supposed to be for the people. So if you have a government that's more for the government, then there's a problem. People vote for somebody and they're expecting to be represented because that's why they're voting for them, is to be represented for them. And I just think that they're missing the mark anymore, and they need people to actually represent them. And I wasn't seeing that with anybody else, so I decided to get on the ballot so I could hopefully represent them.
So, okay, now you're in the 2nd District. What will you be bringing to the table? What kind of a skill set? What will people need to understand when they see you, what you're bringing to the table?
Well, I'm pretty much a lifelong resident of the 2nd District, so I know the area. And I am just, I'm not somebody, upscale person or whatever. I'm more of an everyday person. So, I bring to the table just a worker's end of it, as opposed to the corporate end of it, of things.
So, all right, now, okay, once you get involved, in addition to this collective bargaining issue, what other issues excite you and interest you that you feel that you can make a difference with?
One of the main things, another reason why I decided to get on the ballot, was the being accessible as a representative. I feel that I would be interested in being available to my constituents, that I would respond to them when they send me a phone call or an email, that I will respond to them in a timely manner and acknowledge that they are, that I'm supposed to be representing them. That's one of the things. Another thing is I am, as a 2nd District person, I'm interested in the economic development of the 2nd District. It's one thing to be a team player and vote for things outside of my district, but it's important to also be a voice for the economic development of the second district.
You know, in a broader scope, you will have a part of the pie. The part of the pie that you'll be part of is the whole Fort Wayne pie. And for the longest time now, Fort Wayne has been really working hard. You know, they sent people to Iowa, they sent people all over the universe to go out and bring back ideas to make Fort Wayne better, to add, you know, because they don't have any ideas here amongst themselves. You know, what kind of a vision do you see for Fort Wayne? How do you want Fort Wayne to be in the next few years?
Well, I would like to see buildings occupied, buildings that are around the area that, you know, a business went up and then they moved somewhere else and there's a building still sitting there that's completely empty and underutilized. And I would like to see those used by businesses that might be interested in coming into town, or if somebody wants to relocate from one area to another, as opposed to people, businesses going from a second district or one of the other districts and just coming into the downtown, because then that leaves a void out in the other areas of the city. And I think that's part of the problem right now.
You know, one of the things I also noticed the other day at City Council was those guys get attacked real hard. I mean, people come in and slam them real hard. You know, how
would I handle that?
How would you handle that? Yes.
Well, you gotta have a thick skin to be in politics. I guess just maybe knowing that I was not one of the people they're complaining about, that I was somebody that was listening to them and representing them. I mean, you know, they're angry at certain people on council, not necessarily everybody. You know, they were kind of upset about the party line situation. But I would be hopefully working my best that I wouldn't be the people that they were upset about.
Would you have any trouble working or reaching across the aisle?
No, because to me it's about the ideas that benefit the city. It's not about what's, you know, who wrote it up, you know, which side of the aisle the person wrote it up. You know, was it a Republican or a Democrat who wrote up the idea or brought the idea to the table. It's about, is it a good idea and will it help the city? The city and the government needs to acknowledge the diversity as opposed to just saying, you know, this is the kind of people that are here, the people that are on council are the only people that are in the city. You know, that's totally not true. There's plenty of other people in the city. I mean, they don't, once in a while they have women on council, and it's just there needs to be more acknowledgement of the diversity in the city. And I think with the acknowledgement would come the let's, you know, work together. Whereas if they don't even want to acknowledge that there are different kinds of people, then they're not even going to work towards communicating with those people. They're not going to acknowledge that they exist.
Anyway, one more thing I do want to touch on. We're trying to get more students involved, and we feel that, like I said before, that this is going to be a big educational opportunity because they'll have a chance to listen to you and other candidates and that type of a thing. But, you know, why do you feel that this would be a good education opportunity for basically not only young people, but for people who are sitting on the sidelines not knowing that you get involved in the process?
Right.
What is watching this thing, how does that activate that?
Well, I would hope that it would, seeing all the different people that have gotten on the ballot this year, I would hope that that would encourage people to say, you know, you don't have to be somebody important. You can be just an everyday person and decide to run because you want to make a difference. Because a lot of individuals trying to make a difference can make a difference. You don't have to do something great. You just have to take small steps to make the difference in the local government.
And last day here, if we didn't cover this, what do people need to know about you that would give them the confidence that you are the candidate for the 2nd District?
Well, I guess I would say that the reason for me would be that I am a lifelong resident of the 2nd District, so I know the area. I have the background of helping with a former campaign, so I kind of have an idea of what needs to be done as far as strategy to win, and just an understanding of justice or being there for the workers and being there for the people who help the city get where it needs to be.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And will you be turning in the city council anymore anywhere soon?
Will I be
attacking them anymore?
Well, I don't think that was necessarily an attack.
Forthrightly addressing.
Just letting them know that people are disappointed and they need to realize that, because they don't seem to realize that they are not doing their job. Their job is to represent everybody, and they're not representing everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And thank you for watching.